not the best human beings, okay? We just were not. Like, we were fucking trash.com. Like, what is up, Booty Tribe? It's your girl Nadja here, and I am back with another video. And this video is going to be a story time about my not so proud moment that I had where I was a shitty friend, a shitty roommate. I like to tell my story times in a certain way where I don't try to paint myself as like this perfect person. And I feel like a lot of people that do get on YouTube and they talk about certain things, they don't admit when they fucked up or when they were wrong. And I always try to make it a good point in my story times to be like, I was wrong for doing this, I was wrong for doing that. But I think this might be like my first story time where like your girl was not a good person. I have talked about this story on live streams before, but I've never made a formal story time video. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that today. I'm about to take this necklace off. It was a cute idea a while ago, but it's not cute no more. Bye, girl. So yeah, and it's basically about the time where I stole from my roommate. Karma definitely bit me in the ass, okay? So I'm just gonna tell you guys that story time. If you guys like my story times, please give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate it a lot. Make sure that you're notified so you get a ping every time I post. Sometimes you won't because YouTube be on that bullshit, y'all already know. And make sure that you're subscribed, because another part of the bullshit that YouTube does is they unsubscribe people from people's channels. So make sure that every time you look at a video of mine that the subscribe button is hit, all right? Okay, here we go. So this happened when I was in my first apartment. Still, I was in there for a year, and this was with my third and final roommate, Vegan. I've made a few story times about him in the past, and one thing that I will keep saying that won't change is that he was one of the best roommates I have ever had. He was just good personality wise, he was good money wise, he was just an all around cool dude. And till this day, Vegan and I are still friends. We're not like close, but we never were close, but we're still cordial. We still hit each other up from time to time. Like, we're still cool. I will always say he was my favorite roommate. Sure, he had some quirks about him, but everybody has quirks about them when you live with them. Yeah, I went to high school with Vegan. He was a year older than me, so he graduated a year before me. We were really cool. We kind of lost touch a little bit, and then around the time, like 2 years maybe after we lost touch, he was looking for a roommate. I told him I had a room available, and he moved in. Our roommate situationship was very dope. Like, he paid his shit on time. Everything was cool, because even though I was having people live in that room, everything was in my name. So I was kind of, to be fucking blunt, I was doing something illegal as fuck. I was subleasing as fuck up in that bitch because it was my shit. But I was living in the hood, and they knew that people was living in there with me, but they just didn't care because they were getting their money. Everything was in my name. So electricity, the Wi-Fi, the washer and dryer rental, the rent, everything was in my name. So he would just pay me his half for that, and we were Gucci. Like, and then Daniel was there too. Well, sometimes he was there, but actually no, by the time Vegan was around, Daniel was around a little bit more. Like, he was around a little bit more because he was already done with his on the run bullshit. He was going through his community service and shit. He was on probation at the time, so Daniel was over a little bit more. But Daniel and Vegan got along very well. Vegan didn't really trip the fact that Daniel would spend the night sometimes. Like, he didn't care because he got it. I mean, shit, Vegan would have bitches over there sometimes, and I didn't give a fuck. I would just always give Vegan a heads up, like, hey, Daniel's about to be over here, and he would give me a heads up like, hey, I'm about to bring a girl over here. Like, you know, just it was a really good living environment. Like, I did not mind living with him. He did want to renew the lease and continue living together because our living relationship was really good, but Daniel and I felt like it was kind of time for us to go off and get our own space as a couple instead of sharing our space with somebody else. Like, we felt like it was time for us to make that step because we had already kind of been like coexisting for about a year and a half at this time, and we were like, you know what, let's just get our own spot, because the whole roommate thing is played out. We went through 2 duds already. Like, we got a really good guy to finish out this lease with us. There was even a point in time where I asked him if he wanted me to sign over the lease to him, but he was like no, because he was thinking of actually like moving out of state, which he ended up doing, and I'm super proud of him. He's an artist in another state now. He's doing an awesome job. Like, we're cool, which is why the situation that I did was fucked up. Like, it was fucked up. He's aware of what happened. I'm just giving y'all a little bit of backstory, you know, but I'm ashamed because this is just grimy. You guys know I had 2 roommates before I had vegan, and honestly, the first roommate was fucking hell. And after what I went through with my first roommate, who used to be my best friend, I'm not gonna lie as if that experience did not change me, and it changed me for the worse. After that, I did not trust anybody. I was very bitter. I only thought about myself because I felt like the reason why all that shit happened to me, or that our friendship crumbled, was because I gave too much fucks about everybody, and I just decided to be selfish, and I turned very selfish. I will wholeheartedly admit that my roommate situation was Scorpio. I was being selfish. Like, I knew that this guy had a little crush on me, even though he told me like, oh, this crush is not going to get in between the rent and living situation. I knew he had a crush on me, and I still moved him in because I wanted to buy my own car, and I wanted him to pay half the rent. Like, and then I was also being selfish because I knew he sold weed, so I could smoke whenever I wanted. I knew he had edibles, so I could do, like, I just became very selfish. And I'm not gonna lie, at that time, Daniel did not help, because you got 2 Geminis on some real selfish, fuck the world ass shit. It's us against the world ass shit, and that's just a fucking combination for fucking madness. We both were selfish people towards everybody, because there's a lot more that went into that roommate situation, but I just don't feel the need to bring it up because the people involved have all reconciled. Sure, we may not be friends, but we've reconciled. Like how I told you guys, I had a stalker, and my roommate actually got the stalker involved in that whole situation, and me and the person who used to stalk me came to like a good point. So I don't want to bring up too much. I'm just trying to let you guys know, like, at this time, I was not the best me that I could have been. I just wasn't, and I will completely admit that shit 100%. Vegan moved in. Vegan used to grow mushrooms. What Vegan told me was that he was going to be growing these mushrooms to make money to pay bills. Now, again, not in a good headspace. 2019, Nadja would not allow nobody to be having no drugs in her house, growing no shit in her house, like, especially because my name was on the lease and I would have been the one that got in trouble because it's my space. Like, but because I'm so, you get what I'm saying? At this point, I'm still smoking weed. I'm still doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I did not give a fuck, because I was like, well, hey, I got somebody up in here growing shrooms. Like, I'm about to just partake in some shrooms, I guess, every once in a while. But, and it's paying towards the bill, so who am I to judge or whatever? So, he was growing shrooms. Now, the thing is that honestly, I rarely saw him make a sale, like, to be blunt. Like, I would always see him eating them, or having his friends over and they come over and trip, which I didn't mind, because again, we had the common respect for each other that we would let each other know what the fuck was going on. So one of us didn't come home from work one day and be like, yo, who are all these people? I didn't care that he had friends over. He would tell me like, yeah, I'm about to have friends over, about to trip. I'm like, okay, cool. Or he'd be like, hey, we're all about to trip. Do you want to trip? And I'm like, I can't. I have a 12-hour shift to work tomorrow. Like, we had a good communication going. But I just noticed, like, he was never selling anything to anybody. It was always, oh, my friends are coming over and we're about to do this. And I just noticed, like, it was never any monetary gain happening, pretty much. But at the same time, I wasn't gonna get on him about it, because it'd be one thing if you're telling me you're selling drugs at the apartment and you can't make rent and you can't pay the bills, then okay, now it's my business because I gotta live here too. But his rent was paid, his bills were paid. So I'm like, you know what? If he wants to do that shit recreationally and keep telling himself that he's serving, that's his fucking business, okay? I didn't care. So one night, I was home by myself, smoking a blunt, watching TV, okay? And I got a call from Daniel. Daniel and his brother were doing their usual debauchery at this time. Like, at this time period, everybody was a hot ass mess, okay? Like, I posted a picture on Twitter of Daniel and I was like, damn, we used to be such a hot ass mess. And a few people were like, no, you guys are so cute in these pictures. I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in this time period, we were not the best human beings, okay? We just were not. Like, we were fucking trash.com, like, the worst, like, the worst. Just bitter, scorned, lashing out, being wild, not okay. Daniel and his brother were out getting drunk, point blank, getting drunk, getting fucked up. They came back to my apartment. Well, me and Vegan's apartment. Vegan was out at a bar and he had texted me and I was like, hey, are you about to come home tonight? And he was like, no, because you know I'm talking to this girl at the bar and I'm about to go to her house. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, you know what, actually, scratch that, I am gonna come home. And I was like, okay, Cool, it's whatever. Then he hit me up again, maybe like 30 minutes later. At this point, Daniel and his brother are in the house, chilling on the couch, drunk, laughing real loud, and I'm high, kind of annoyed because I'm not on the same frequency as them. Then Vegan texts me again and he's like, you know what, actually, scratch that. I'm gonna stay the night at this girl's house because I think I'm about to get some play. Can you please go in my room and turn off the lights? And I was like, okay, cool. So I opened his room door. He had a computer desk, and all on the desk was a whole bunch of shrooms, like a lot of shrooms, like a lot of shrooms, bitch, okay, a whole bunch. So I glance at it and I'm like, wow, Vegan, like really conspicuous, like you can't even put your shit away, and then your room is right by the front door, fam, like what are you doing? I'm like, whatever. I go and I turn off the light, but before I could get to turn off the light, I hear Daniel's brother like,
whoa, are those shrooms?
Yeah, they are. Then Daniel pops out.
Yo, like, we should take some. He's not even gonna notice. Look how much shrooms there are.
Oh, don't take this man's stuff. Like, come on now, don't do it. And like, I just know the type of person Vegan is. Like, he is not a confrontational person. Like, he is not the type of person to be like, oh, I'm about to run you this fade for touching my stuff. He's the type of person to go and lock himself in a room and not talk to you for like three days and be quiet as fuck. Like he's not that type of, so I was just like, dude, like, no, like, leave his shit alone, leave his shit alone.
Nah, look, we're just gonna take 2 grams each. Like, he's not even gonna notice. Just take 2 grams each.
Bruh, no, don't do it, don't do it. Like, y'all are drunk, like, don't do it.
Nah, it's fine. We'll pay him back. We'll pay him back.
Okay, as long as you pay him, then it's cool. Daniel and his brother take the mushrooms.
Nadja, you're not gonna trip with us? You're not gonna trip with us?
Me, feeling peer pressured by a bunch of drunks, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll trip with you guys too. I took like not even a gram. I literally probably took like 3 or 4 literal mushroom caps and like put them in my hand, and then I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I went in my room and I wrapped them up and hid them underneath my sink because I had a bathroom. I had a master bathroom in that apartment. Well, it was 2 master bedrooms in that apartment, so each bedroom had its bathroom on the inside. So whoever had guests, they go into your bathroom, basically. Anyway, I didn't really take it. I just took it. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to pay for no shrooms, so I was like, bro, nah, like, if y'all gonna pay for it, y'all can pay for it, but I'm not paying for shit. Like, I'm about to just make it look like I took some and then put it back before he gets home in the morning when y'all pass the fuck out. They take their shrooms, and all of a sudden, I start hearing a conversation along the lines of,
I ain't paying him back for shit. I'm not giving him no type of money. I'm not paying him back nothing.
Mind you, they already ate the shrooms. Trash, just trash. Everybody in this situation is trash, including me, okay? Trash. I'm like, bruh, y'all are fucked up for that. Like, y'all gonna pay him back. And I'm just thinking, when they get sober, they gonna pay him back. I shit you not, as soon as they started to peak, okay, the front door starts to jimmy. And I will never forget the look on Daniel and his brother's face when Vegan opened the front door. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, Vegan. And they're on the couch, like, peeking at their trip, right? And they're just like, Vegan comes in, his happy-go-lucky self.
Hey guys, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. I didn't know you guys were over here. Hey.
And I was like, yeah, dude, I thought you were gonna spend the night at that girl's house.
No, she wasn't down, you know, so I just left. It's all good. I need to go change.
So he walks into his room. He doesn't close the door. He opens his room door and just stands in the door frame looking at his desk, which is significantly, you could tell that at least 6 grams was missing. At least. Because I forgot to say this part. Once they were hyping themselves up, oh yeah, we're not paying for shit, we're not paying for shit. Better yet, let me get a few more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, y'all, what are y'all doing? And I'm over here laughing because I'm high, I think that shit's funny. Trash ass Nadja. He opens his fucking room door and he's just looking at the computer desk, just standing there. And it's completely silent in the house. And then he just walks in slowly and closes the door behind him. Daniel stood up, unlocked the front door, and just walked out the house. I'm like, what? Daniel's brother starts giggling on the couch with their evil asses. And you know what's sad? All 3 of us are Geminis. We're just giving Geminis a badass name. We're just being evil and just like, what is going on? Just the Gemini trio just being evil as fuck. Daniel's brother is just sitting there giggling, and I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they're not serious. I walk out the house too, because I'm about to go follow Daniel, because you're tripping. I need to know what the fuck's going on. Like, where are you going? Like, I can't have you walking out in the room, out into the world. You were just drunk a few seconds ago, and now you're tripping on shrooms. Like, you need to stay in the fucking house. So I'm following him. He goes straight to his car and sits in the car. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, why did you leave?
Dude, you said he wasn't gonna be here. Like, I feel put on the spot. Like, I'm gonna start laughing and I don't want him to know what's going on.
Daniel, what happened to y'all paying him back? Like, you guys took a significant amount of mushrooms. Like, he may have had a lot, but that, like, come on, bruh. Like, come on now. Like, really? Maybe 5 minutes of us talking, Daniel's brother comes back down the stairs and he gets into the car with us and he's just laughing.
Yo, like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. I don't know. I'm tripping too hard to even really wrap around what just happened.
All right, y'all. See, this isn't gonna work because now all three of us are in the fucking car and he's upstairs. Like, that's suspicious. So I was like, y'all can stay here. I'm about to go upstairs and talk to him. So I go upstairs and, you know, Vegan is just acting normal. He's in the kitchen. He's about to make himself a little vegan snack. And I go up in there and I'm like, hey, dude, I need to tell you something.
Yeah, what's up?
They took your shrooms. Mind you, I excluded myself. I still have some shrooms in my bathroom. I was like, they took your shrooms.
Dude, I knew it because, like, I was looking at the desk and it just wasn't adding up. I knew I had way more than that, and I just don't know, like, wait, why the fuck would they take my shrooms? Like, that's so not cool.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I just had to tell you because I can't just be like in front of you lying like this. Like, they took your shrooms, but don't worry about it. Fuck the electric bill. Okay, fuck the electric bill and fuck the washer and dryer fee for the month. I got you. You don't gotta pay that shit. All you gotta do is pay the Wi-Fi and rent. Like, you don't gotta pay that shit at all. Like, I'll take up for it. Like, it's my bad. They were in our space while I was, like, I fucked up. Basically, I fucked up, bro. Like, just being so real with him. Like, I fucked up.
Yeah, and you know, Daniel's brother told me that Daniel took the shrooms, but I kind of believe you more because I could tell you're not tripping.
Daniel's brother ain't shit, but I'm still not shit because I have shrooms in my bathroom I haven't fessed up. Just Gemini toxicity happening right now. So I was just like, no, they both are tripping right now. I'm sorry about it. You don't have to pay for the wash and dryer. You don't have to pay for your electric this month. Like, I'm sorry about it. It happened on my watch. I'm taking responsibility for it.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. But I kind of just want to be left alone right now.
And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get you. Oh, and I also told him, I was like, and dude, for future tense, put that shit away. Like, cause if somebody were to kick our door in, that would be a lit, you know, like, just put that shit away. But at the same time, it's like, I'm pretty sure he didn't expect somebody living there so that's what I'm saying. I'm admitting I'm a piece of shit for that. So he goes in his room once he's done making his food, and I go downstairs to get these fucking foolish ass people outside to come back upstairs. So I go into the car and I tell them, I'm like, dude, I told him. And Daniel's brother is like,
you told him? Why would you tell him that we took it, blah, blah, blah?
And I was like, bro, you fake as fuck because you said that he was the only one that took some. Like, let's not do this. Let's just go upstairs. Y'all can have a good trip and I'll drink the rest of y'all bottle because I'm not about to be tripping right now. I already feel guilty and I know I'm going to have a bad trip. Like, inevitably, I'm gonna have a bad trip if I trip with y'all. We go upstairs. They're tripping, watching Eddie Murphy stand up with red suit Eddie Murphy. And I'm just drinking their tequila and I'm just like, damn, bruh, like, how am I gonna slip these shrooms back into his room? Like, his work schedule is way more lax than mine. Like, he's home a little bit more. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get these back to him. The next day happens and, you know, I explained to Daniel everything that happened and he was just like, damn, that's so shitty, blah, 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 I feel bad. So Daniel texted Vegan and they both talked it over and they both thought everything was good. I get back from work and Daniel meets me at the gas station by the old apartment, and then we both drove back home together, well, to my house together, and Vegan was there. And he was sitting on the couch like this, and we walked in, and it took everything in me not to laugh because I just know the type of person that he is. Like, he's a sweet guy. Like, he don't got it in him to try to act like he hard. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, walk up in there, and there's Vegan just staring at us, and he was like,
Daniel, I need to talk to you.
Oh shit, here we go. So I pulled myself up a seat and Daniel's like,
yeah, bro, what's up?
Bro, like, I just don't think it's cool how, like, you and my brother stole my shrooms last night, and, like, I just don't think that was really cool, y'all. And you know, I just want an apology.
Daniel was looking at him crazy.
Dude, we just talked about this. Like, I apologize. Like, I don't know what else more you want from me. Like, I'm not paying you back. You already getting cheap off of the rent from my girl paying out of pocket. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I'm giving her money. I'm not giving you money.
Like, what an attitude. And I kind of gave Daniel a look like, bro, like, come on now, we in the wrong. Like, don't give him an attitude. Like, sure, it's weird how he wants to confront you again when y'all already hashed it. Like, I get you, but don't give him an attitude. Like, come on, bruh. So Vegan was like,
yeah, well, I know it's not the money part. It's just like, I thought we were cool, and then you go in there and you stole stuff from me and blah, blah, blah.
Look, what do you want to do? Like, do you not want to be cool with me anymore, or are you going to accept my apology? If you're not going to be cool with me, I understand, but I apologize. I was fucked up. It just is what it is. Like, do you want to move on, or do you just not want to fuck with each other? What's up?
Like, honestly, I think I just want to hear an apology in person.
All right, cool. I apologize.
Yeah, that's all I want to do. Like, it is what it is. We're all good. We're all family, blah, blah, blah.
And then I noticed, I was like, Vegan, are you tripping right now?
Dude, I'm tripping so hard. I just peaked. Oh my God. I was just sitting on this little ottoman waiting for you guys to come home so I could just get this off my chest because I don't want this energy.
Vegan, you, okay, all right. So now let's fast forward to my karma. I had forgotten about the mushrooms that I hid in the bathroom. One day I got off of work early and because I got VTO and nobody was in the apartment, it was just me. And I was like, oh shit, I have those mushrooms, and honestly, it's not even a lot of mushrooms to the point where I could even trip. And now that I think about it, I'm already paying for, like, well, Daniel's paying for him and his brothers, but he didn't even put into account the stuff that I took, okay? So I still have to pay for that anyway, so it's like, bruh, like, I might as well just take it. So I get home from work and I pop the shrooms and nothing is happening because I'm like, dude, this isn't even like a gram. Like, I'm not even about to start hallucinating or nothing. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to take a nap. Guys, do not do psychedelics and take a nap. Don't do that shit. I felt like I was dying, bitch. Look, not dying, let me stop being dramatic. I felt like I had taken a whole bunch of Benadryl. Like, I felt like I was constantly going in and out of consciousness type shit. I was wearing a striped, black and white striped dress, and I thought the stripes on my dress were caterpillars. Like, I was having all of these hallucinations. I was hearing voices and shit, like people whispering, and I was like, bitch, this is it. This is what you get. This is your karma. You have schizophrenia now. You're going through psychosis. This is exactly what you fucking get. You ate a bad fungus and you're about to die because you're a shit friend and a shit roommate. And I just remember going in and out of consciousness, seeing different things, hearing different whispers, and it just was not a positive trip. I remember I would constantly get phone calls, and then I would pick up the phone and my phone wasn't even ringing. And I'm tripping in my room, mind you. I'm just in my room. I'm not in the whole house. So that's another thing. I'm in an enclosed space with one window, and I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things, like the phone keeps ringing, and it wasn't anything like trippy, like colors or anything like that. It was all like,
hey, are you still there? Hey, are you still there?
Who is talking to me? Or like, I'll see little ripples of stuff. It's like my brain was trying to trip, but it was in like this weird intermediate space, and like it would just constantly, like, the phone would just be ringing. I'd be like, hello. Screen's black, nobody's there, hello. But every once in a while, hello. Hey Nadja, what's up? And it'd be Daniel. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, is my phone really ringing this much? Like, what is going on? So after maybe like 3 to 4 hours of going through that, Vegan comes home. I'm like, I gotta be cool, I gotta be normal, because Vegan always like to come into my room and like talk to me and shit. So he knocked on the door, and I'm trying to be normal as I can, but Vegan don't really catch on like that. So he really didn't notice that I was tripping, and I was just like, yeah, bruh, I'm about to go take a nap. Maybe after like 10 minutes of chopping it up with him. And I took a nap, and that last nap, I woke up, like I took that nap at maybe like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I woke up at maybe like 2 in the morning, and I felt normal. And I was like, bro, I don't know who said microdosing was like a thing, but it's really fucking not, because I was having a full-blown ass trip, and I was like, this is exactly what I get for stealing from my friend. And I mean, shit, I got my karma. It is what it is. And after that, we all did mushrooms together. Me, Vegan, and Daniel, we all did mushrooms together after that. and it was a good experience for them. Like, they vibed really well, but I just was not having a good time at all. I was throwing up, like I was seeing scary shit. Like, it wasn't okay. And that was the last time I ever did mushrooms, was when I lived in that apartment. And yeah, would I ever do mushrooms again? I don't know. Maybe if I was in a state where it was legal, probably. Because at least then I'll know that the mushrooms won't kill me or put me in psychosis. But as of right now, no thank you, no mas. So that is a time where I was just not a good friend, and I did something really grimy to my roommate, and yeah, he knows about it, and I just felt really bad because I just didn't want to be viewed as a bad friend. But at the end of the day, I was being a bad friend. Like, I didn't start really being a good friend until I stopped smoking weed and doing drugs and just started reflecting on who I was really angry at. Like, and at the end of the day, I was angry at myself. I was trying to blame it on my first roommate and being betrayed by people and like all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I was just mad at myself, and I was lashing out at anybody who was weaker than I was, pretty much. And I just needed to have some self-reflecting and figure my shit out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever done something like grimy or some shit to somebody and you realize the error of your ways and you apologize to them. Let me know in the comments below, because nobody is fucking perfect. Sorry to break it to you. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.